Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw aboard the brand new Explora 1, and I have the privilege here of sitting next to, and we'll be talking with her, Captain Serena Milani, who is the launch captain and really is overseeing the ship, and she's been with Explora since the inception. So we're going to talk to her about this brand new vessel and all that it can offer your clients, and you'll find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. First of all, Captain Serena, it's amazing to meet you. This ship, I have to tell you, is really amazing, really wonderful vessel. I've been incredibly impressed the entire time, and we've only been on. I think we got 2 more days on this cruise, and I just want to stay on. It seems like an amazing. You've done a wonderful thing. Let's first of all talk about your background. First of all, where are you from?
First of all, thank you for having me here. I'm very pleased to share with all of you my little knowledge. I'm from Tuscany, Italy, from the commercial port of Livorno.
Okay, so I was just actually in Livorno recently. Now, what is your background as a captain? How did you come up to be captain of this vessel?
Well, let's say it's a long story of many hours I have. So I have 34 years at sea, and I start my career on the cargo ships, tankers, Ro-Ro, LNG, and then I moved to the passenger ship for about 7 years. I was working for Carnival Cruise Lines, and then I decided to step in the luxury cruise industry, and I was 12 years for working for Regent Seven Seas. And then
you were the launch captain for Splendor, Regent Seven Seas Splendor, right?
Seven Seas Splendor, January in 2020. And it was a wonderful, incredible experience, but this one with Explora 1 definitely is jumping on top of everything.
So when did you come over to Explora? When did they attract you and recruit you?
Last year, beginning of last year, there was the first approach, and I was amazed about the old concept, the new concept, but more than that, about working for a company where the maritime heritage is so strong because of the family Aponte and the family Vago. So this
you were clearly familiar with them even before, right?
Yeah, of course. I was well known about their history, and to join this group was for me really an opportunity, a unique opportunity, especially with this special project of Explorer 1.
Yeah. Now, what is so special about this ship? I've discovered a lot of things, but for you, having now been with it really as it was being built, what is the thing about it that really makes it so special?
First of all, I was so lucky that I was involved in the project since the time that I joined Explora Journeys, so from May of 2022. I follow each step of the building. Since September, I was also in the shipyard in Monfalcone to follow all the stage. Mm-hmm. It's a very complex ship in terms of layout and lounge and facility for the guest. Is the most complex that I saw until now. Complex in the way that is a lot to offer for our guests.
And you've been as experienced with some wonderful luxury ships in the past, right?
Definitely, but Explorer 1 is in a certain way unique. Unique because yesterday when we were in Kirkwell, the captain of the Vasco da Gama, the ship that was close to us, told to the pilot that it was really a lot of envy for the captain of the Explorer 1 because she looked stunning even from look from the other ship, and this I think the best compliment that can come from a colleague, right? And it's definitely the shape of this ship is so hydrodynamic and so elegant that is so far is the best that I see at sea. Then once you step on board, you have this amazing feeling of the spacious for the lounge and for the open decks, and the activity and the facility that we are offering are very unique.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's got everything, and plus, needless to say, it got great dining too. I think I put a couple of pounds on here. Now I have to go to the spa a little bit later and try to work it off. Now, tell us a little bit about what you think in terms of this, the propulsion system, because I know MSC is very, focused on sustainability, and I know future Explora ships, because you have 5 more coming up at least, are going to have LNG and things. This one does not. But what is the propulsion system on this ship, and why is it maybe more green friendly, sustainable friendly?
Well, first of all, is a traditional shaft. We have 2 traditional shaft propellers, and we are running on MGO, but there is, of course, the plan for number 3 and number 4 to run on LNG. The sustainability, it comes from different aspects. First of all, to think about and plan a itinerary that are with much more speed-wise saving on the fuel that is important for the carbon emission. Then there is, of course, a certain facility that we have in order to clean up the emission through our funnels that are also
very intricate funnels. I was looking at them. You have a lot of different funnels coming out of there. I don't know what they all do, but it's
this is also is quite important, and there is intention to meet more and more the sustainability projects that are now set in the cruise industry since years, and MSC definitely is 1,000 steps ahead.
So I interviewed Mr. Vago, and I know how focused MSC is on sustainability, and really is trying to be cutting edge in terms of propulsion systems. And I guess in that vein, how fast can this ship go?
Well, the ship can be very fast. It can reach 20 knots, but the goal is not to arrive to that stage, because higher is the speed, of course, higher will be the emission. So we are working, as I mentioned, on the itinerary that they may, of course, give an open range for our guests to enjoy as much as possible different ports and different part of the same area, the same region, but at the same time to cut on the fuel consumption.
No, absolutely, and we're actually at sea right now between, I guess we were at Kirkwall in Scotland, up in the Orkney Islands, and we're heading for Reykjavik in Iceland. And I got to tell you, I mean, there have been some swells, but this ship sails very nicely through all this. So the stability is pretty good, right?
Yeah, definitely. She keeps the sea very well. She's a very stable ship. And she's going smooth sailing through we are lucky, yes.
This
we
is
are
like
lucky.
the North Atlantic here, right?
Yeah, it's a North Atlantic. Not all the time is so clement in the clement weather, but probably we are lucky.
Well, first ship, you have to be lucky on a first cruise, right?
Yeah, definitely. I also make a couple of phone calls up there to help in this, and it's beautiful weather. We will be beautiful also sailing in the fjord of Reykjavik, and it's nice that our guests can enjoy this area that is at the time it may be challenging weather-wise in such a nice climate and weather at the moment. Yes.
Yeah, it is. It really has been wonderful. The weather has cooperated really well. It can almost go, and you have a lovely sort of Magdome indoor pool, so people can go out there anyway.
Definitely.
But I was up on the top deck, and it was fine. You wear a little sweater, you're fine. Now let's talk a little bit about, because I know you're always concerned, as you should be, with safety, for the safety of the crew, safety of guests. What are the systems here that you have in place that are really, top notch for them?
We have a control of each stage of the eventually an emergency or during the drill, of course, through a system that is already in use for a contemporary ship of MSC. And we have a maritime support center that assists, support, and coordinate every single stage in case of emergency at sea. And by the way, we will have also a drill with them the day of Reykjavik when we arrive after tomorrow. So it's a system that helps a lot. You are not alone in the middle of the sea. There is someone that is always monitoring the navigation, the route of each single ship of the entire fleet.
And also, if I recall, one of the theories in safety today is you stay with the ship, the guest, for the most part. I mean, we do lifeboat drills and things like that, but really the ship itself is supposed to be, self-sufficient if something happens, right?
Yeah, definitely. This is called a safe return to port features for all the new ships, and definitely also this ship is equipped with that. So that has been also tested in the shipyard and is monitored on board through the trainings and exercise and drills. Yes.
Now, one of the things I have to compliment you on, because I know you oversee them all your crew. This is a first cruise, and they've come together so well as a group. And they're all, how many different nationalities roughly do you have on board?
Well, we have up to 30 different nationalities. And for a total of 600, at the moment, 673 crew members. To put them together with a different background, different experience, some of them also not necessarily coming from the cruise industry. It was
I heard that a lot of them came from hotels and things like that, right?
A luxury resort hotel. This was, of course, one of the biggest challenge. And but I was very keen on that. I was promising to the family, to the owners, that once we are going to set sail will be, of course, because we reach that safety standard that is a must on all the ship of the fleet. And definitely we reached that achievement, that goal. It takes a lot. It took a lot, honestly, in terms of training, exercise.
And you did it all in a very short period of time, right?
Yes, since the time that we were reaching majority of the crew, the shipyard, it was in May. Since then, we didn't stop with the training of the crew that we call host on Explora journey. And it was, for me, the most essential part, because we need to be, first of all, safe. Safe, hygiene, and security are the three main priorities before anything else. And then from there we can build on that are the pillars. Of course, the service for our guests that is also visible, that is already on the very high level.
It is. It's absolutely. And of course, I mean, we don't. They don't like to market this using the word cruise, which is interesting. They call this is more like a luxury boutique hotel. So obviously, recruiting from hotels is a good way to go, right?
Definitely, but we have also a lot of experienced crew members that are coming from the luxury cruise business, and it's important because, of course, it's not the same kind hotel resort, are different from the cruise ship. What we want to look in a different way is what we put is the different eyes to the service, different eyes to the journey that we don't call cruise, we call journey. And this for me is very important because my life, I always define my life like a journey through the sea. And what is also essential is the way how we want to deliver that. Not to be afraid to bring something new to the cruise industry. Not afraid to do something different from the others. Yeah. And this ship itself is the most elegant ship that I had ever sailed. And to be the first master, it was an honor. Yeah. I really thank the Aponte and Vago family for this.
Well, obviously you are so right. This is a really unique vessel, first-time vessel, and I've been so looking forward to it because we've been talking about it and writing about it and interviewing people about it for Mr. Vago himself about this ship for quite some time. And again, I don't think it's luck. I think it's your skill that got you chosen for this position, and now you have a beautiful new ship that you can. Now, in that vein, and wasn't going to ask you this, but what are your favorite parts of the ship in terms of the guest areas, in terms of the restaurants? I mean, what do you really think stands out?
Well, that is my biggest issue, honestly, at the moment, because I'm already a few pounds on top of that.
And me both, yeah, I've only been on a few days. So.
Yes, definitely. During the testing of the restaurant, it was already clear that it would be my biggest challenge on board. Definitely because I'm in love with the Asian food. Sakura is one of my favorite restaurants. Is this fusion Asian, Pan-Asian restaurant that is really in some way extraordinary, but at the same time very innovative. And then I like to spend some time in the Explora Lounge here where we are, because it's a beautiful, one of the best view, probably even better than that one on the bridge, so I'm a little bit jealous.
Really?
That's why I spent some time here. And it's so special, and the view is amazing.
Yeah.
But each single part of the ship itself needs to be discovered, and as I mentioned earlier in this conversation, is a complexity of the lounge. In each lounge you will find out time by time some details that you didn't notice earlier. Okay. Like in the Crema Cafe, the beautiful design of the table itself. You know, at the first impression, you will look at the spacious area, at the colors, at the beautiful counter, but then you start to notice each single details. And this ship, thanks also to the owner that put so much effort in each single detail to choose the right color for each single lounge, how to match different color, not to be screaming, but to be soft.
It is a lot of soft colors, It's very easy on the eyes and very comforting and welcoming.
Correct, yes. It's bright but not screaming, and it's elegant without to be over the line of the too much.
Although I have to say, we did other interviews in the lobby bar, which is just stunning. With that atrium is just a stunning area as you walk down the stairs and you see this bar with a lot of whiskeys and other drinks just in front of you. It is an amazing space.
It's an amazing space. Is matching my idea of elegance and my idea of style. So I feel a lot as part of my inner voice. This I think is important. This ship, when the ship will come out from the shipyard, I always say that she needs to find her own soul, right. La sua anima, we say in Italian. So, and this ship already, since the sea trials, I had a special feeling. I felt in my stomach with a little butterfly. And when I saw her fully painted after just the beginning of the second sea trials, was a little second butterfly in the stomach that I was feeling. So I thought that this definitely is the ship that will remain in my heart deeply, because not only because I was the first the launching captain, but because I saw how progressively she became really something unique.
No, and it is definitely a unique ship. Now, there are some travel advisors on from Ensemble Travel, the consortium, and there are others as well. But for the rest of our viewers out there who are travel advisors, is there anything else you'd like to say to them about how their clients can experience this wonderful new ship, about what they should know?
Well, first of all, come and see and sailing with us, because it's essential. You don't have the picture and the video. They are not enough fair with this ship. She's much better when you are on board, when you see her from the pier. So come and experience and leave your footprint here, because this is the maiden voyage. Sure. And I always say that once you board the ship, you will feel always the soul, the footprint of everybody, that whoever built the ship, project the ship, the first crew that was on board, the first guests that were on board, and then through the years you will leave your footprints. So what I would like to say, what you're expecting to come on board and leave your part of the footprint and soul for this ship, that she will be for the next at least a year the most beautiful ship at sea, because
until we get the second one.
Yeah, until we get the second one, so we will be then competition between number one and number two. But so far it's still a discovery. Every day you still discover something else, although I'm here, as I said, more than 1 year that I'm following the building of this ship, but it seems like there is still so much to experience and to see. She's a little ship with the secrets, I would say.
Absolutely. Well, Captain, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. I have been incredibly impressed by this ship, incredibly impressed by you and your crew. It really is, for a first go round, it's an amazing cruise. I'm kind of sad to be leaving in about 3 days. We get to Reykjavik, but I know the ship is in great hands with you, and it's going to be really fascinating to see as you go around the world in different destinations all over the place, that hopefully one day I'll get back here and get to see you again.
Well, it will be my pleasure, and waiting to see you on board back soon.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.